over the last 2 years, we've had double-digit growth in each year. We've started this year strong with our growth of about 700,000 in our first quarter, which is giving us a good positive view on where the year is going to go. Our mortgage product has been well received out there, albeit that we haven't done any major advertising around it because we're limited up to now in what we can ultimately issue. Between loans, mortgages issued, approved and not issued, and in the pipeline, we'd have about 1.8 million at the minute. And as I say, that's without advertising. So the potential is huge out there. And in the context of CP 125 now, we'd be developing plans to try and get the word out there. My background is in retail banking, as a commercial manager across the board and as a branch manager, and what we're seeing, I suppose, now in the credit union sector is very similar to what we've seen in retail banks over the last decade or so, and we will continue to progress along those lines. I think from a risk exposure point of view, we absolutely need to have diversification in the portfolio, and I used to have a comment on, we could be very busy just purely to stand still because of the short-term nature of our book. So where we focused on mortgages, we focused on home improvement loans, let's say over a longer repayment term, so that your book is effectively, your repayment is pushed out there, so you have a better chance of getting growth in your portfolio when that's happening. It certainly in taking on the mortgage product, the platform and structure is vital for such a regulated product, and in actual fact, when you've got the platform and the SAM process there, it's almost a non-brainer. It's process driven. I suppose over the last couple of years, we've put serious investment into our lending team, and over time it has developed into a situation where we now have dedicated underwriters, but equally well we have dedicated relationship managers with the members, who are the first port of call with a member, who are engage with the member, who understand what they're looking for, and are good at I suppose explaining the requirements of the credit union and interpreting that way. They then prepare the application that goes to the underwriters, who are, I suppose, by virtue of their roles, more black and white and more focused on the decision rather than on the member, to make sure that we're relevant to all the sectors. We use a number of different media to communicate, and over the last number of years, the whole digital side of it has become much more relevant, and the CRM system and the Hive system has proved vital in getting to where we are in terms of giving us the information around the source of our leads and the progression of those leads through conversion into loan applications, conversion into approvals, and conversion into loans issued. And we have all that information now at our fingertips to track, to see where I suppose where it might fall down, where the delays might happen, and then the follow up with the member to make sure their experience was where it should have been.
So my role in Blanchardstown District Credit Union, it's focused about all the digital activities and walking the credit union through the digital journey. So all the related projects starting from the website, mobile app, online banking, digital marketing, and bringing this all together in one place like a CRM Hive and managing it from there. So I think over the next 3 years, data will be very important, and we are collecting more and more data, any organizations, not just the financial services. So it is becoming a very important factor. Data-driven innovations, activities, initiatives, that will be the way to go in the future. We have enormous amounts of data already. We just need to make the better use of them. We are collecting some descriptive analytics like KPIs. We are tracking what happens in the past. We have lots of historical events, transactions, information about our members, but we don't really fully benefit from that, like by a simple task of segmenting our members into the groups, classifying them, saying who they are, what they have the interest to, how they like to engage with us, and in which life stage they're at. We can target them better, we can enhance the customer experience, we can bring more value to them, we can save of our marketing campaigns by targeting better and not spending money on the things that clearly not working, and bring the value to our members, basically, just by offering and recommending products they want, they're looking for, they might be interested in.
Speed is the most important thing. You can't have in this day and age with banks whipping up loans in 3 hours, we have to try to compete with them, and getting a loan out there as quick as possible is the most important thing, above everything else. First thing I do in the morning, get onto the leads, see what's coming in over the night or from the previous day. So we see here, we're checking if it is a member, we're cross-checking across to see if all their details are correct. Then it's my job to qualify that as a lead when I understand that it is a member. Bring it to the opportunity stage. The minute it's in there, we're looking to get in touch with the member, trying to get them to email us on payslips, bank statements. As soon as that comes in, we're assigning it to the loan underwriting team. Then they're doing their credit risk analysis on it and making their decision.
Hive plays very big role at the beginning in that pipeline to track the origination of the leads, because all the leads are connected and paired with the Hive, so we know exactly how many leads is coming from Facebook, Google, or our website, how many was submitted in branch or via the phone call. So we are able to track back any single loan application when where it started. So in terms of reporting our activities with the marketing, sales and loans, we've developed a set of KPIs. So we're trying to measure all the sales pipeline. So starting with the leads at the top, the origination of the leads, how many of them is coming from different sources, and then how they are performing, how many of them converts to the actual loan applications, how many of those applications are approved, and then how many loans is issued. So then we have the overview of the whole journey from the starting point, and that gives us more insights and we can make more informed decisions later on.
So our job before Hive came in was primarily an Excel spreadsheet. It would have the name of the person, how much they were looking for, and whether they had a member number or not. If it didn't have a member number, you would kind of have to look for it on progress. It would also then have colours, so red being not a member, not interested, orange being follow-up, green being ready to go, and that was it.
From the perspective, from the Hive perspective, it was very important for us to have other reference points around the sector, and certainly the collaboration that happened within those credit unions brought us to where we are today, because we certainly wouldn't have had the resourcing to manage that. I would see as our credit union here develops and as the sector develops, we're going to deal with a lot more complexity. We're going to be dealing in a number of different segments. We're going to want to be able to track our progress in those segments. We are going to have to continue to communicate with our membership along so many different media, and it's going to be vital to have the systems and the proper people in there. And I think we'll manage it.